Hey Red Arrow, Pastor Maria here. I am excited to give you a tour of all the changes that we've made to the building. We really are excited for you to join us for worship, and so we wanted to make sure that we were as responsible as possible in implementing changes in order to keep us all safe. Remember, we can't eliminate all risks, but we can do what we can. So come on in and let me show you what we've done. All right, as you enter into the building, you'll notice that we have some stacks of chairs here. We removed them from the sanctuary, but we wanted to leave them in the building in case we have people that need to social distance here in the Ministry Center Fellowship Hall. So come on in, let me show you what's going on over here. We have added hand sanitizing stations as well as many different garbage receptacles so that we're not all gathered in one place in order to collect garbage. We'll still have rest stop, check-in, and check-out, so make sure following the service you stop by rest stop if your little ones are in there to pick them up. It looks a little sad over here by the Wii. There's nothing set up here right now because we want to protect our youth and we don't want to be sharing controllers and all that kind of stuff, but we know how much fun it is to play video games together, so we've got a different idea instead. Come on into the multi-purpose room. We set up the multi-purpose room with all of the couches, hoping that youth would find a way to social distance themselves within this space. One of the new volunteer roles is an Xbox Connect operator. If you're somebody who loves video games and loves hanging out with youth, and you're over the age of 12 or an adult, we encourage you to sign up for the role to be the Xbox operator. This way, kids can play Connect, and it's all hands-free. Nobody has to touch anything except the one volunteer who's in charge of controlling operating the Xbox. Other things going on is there's been a few changes over by the nursery. Before we head to the nursery, I should mention this. We no longer have a resource table over by the door because we wanted to open up as much space as possible for people to distance. So if you're looking for a few items that were on the resource table, we have our pastor's business cards here, as well as the journey guides, which is a snapshot of who Red Arrow Ministries is, the navigator's guide, which is a picture directory of all of our leadership and their contact information, as well as the Welcome to Red Arrow guide that has all the information of how to get plugged in and how to get on our contact list and all of that kind of stuff here. So make sure if you bring a guest to Red Arrow that you stop on by this wall to show them some of the stuff that we've got going on. Here we are at the nursery. Check-in will still be going on right here. Sarah will be checking in people. When you register for our worship services, you will indicate if your children are going to go to nursery or to rest up, but that doesn't mean that you still don't have to register them when they come. That way we know everybody that's in the building, and Sarah can print a label and everything will go smooth and secure as we check kids in and out. One of the major differences here at the nursery is that we now have a secure wing not only on this side, but this side as well. We're very thankful to Jerry Osborne because he installed these doorknobs on these doors here that you cannot enter from this side, but you can still exit from the inside. We did this so that the whole wing would be secure, but that way we can separate children and keep them as distant as possible because it gets kind of crowded in there with adults and little ones, and this way we can maintain some social distancing guidelines. You might notice that the couches are gone from this space. We now have some tables here that are much easier to quickly wipe the surfaces and eliminate any viruses, as well as an individual can sit on the stools rather than everybody piling on different couches. We're hoping that you will use these tables eventually for mixing your coffee, and so when we are ready for cookies and coffee, this will be our cookies and coffee station. It will no longer be a self-serve coffee cart, but we're going to have two volunteers that are here at the cookies and coffee counter, that the people that bake the cookies and make the coffee will be in the kitchen, and they'll stage it all right here. And then our two volunteers that are serving the cookies and coffee will be here to take your request. They'll grab a cup of regular for you and 2 sugar packets and 6 creamers, whatever it is that you want to mix into your coffee, and you can take it all over to one of those mixing stations at the tables over there. Come on into the sanctuary. Faith Development Wall is still here. We still have great resources for you available. If you have any questions about the 4 commitments that we've asked people to make here at Red Arrow, reaching out by reaching one, the stewardship journey, one road, many journeys, as well as role relationship. This is a great place to stop to get plugged in more at Red Arrow. The sanctuary looks a little different. I'm going to close Ben's door here a minute. All right, so we did eliminate some chairs in this place. We originally had 218 chairs and we've downsized that considerably. You saw the chairs as we entered in. So when you come in, there's a hand sanitizing station, a smaller table here with our gift books that are still available for your friends, and as well as an offering box. Instead of passing around our offering baskets during our offering moment, we'll continue to encourage people to use our PushPay app, where we'll encourage people to text Red Arrow to 77977. But if you're more comfortable bringing an envelope of cash or a check, this box will always be available here, and on the other side there's one as well that you can place your offerings. If you take a look around this corner, we have brand new Bibles. These NIV Bibles have been donated to us, and so we bought a library cart for them. And our hope is that if you would like to borrow one of these Bibles, that you would pick it up before the service and then return it after the service. If you're concerned that there might be some germs on it or anything like that, we're going to try to keep some sanitizing wipes right here that you can grab one and quick wipe it down and put the wipe right into the garbage there. Take a look at the sanctuary. We have spaced out all of the rows of chairs as best we can. And so our hope is that in these sections it would be one household per row, or if you're 1 or 2 people, that you would space yourself out accordingly. There's chairs along the back as well. We just want to keep it available for any size family to find a place, but also to give you a little space between you and your neighbor. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. There's just a few other things to mention. You can probably see behind me there's new technology at the tech booth. We're so thankful for Brian Balo for all your help getting that set up for us so that we can continue to live stream. Some of you might not be ready to come into this building yet, even with all the changes we've made. And so we will continue to live stream. And if you do come in the building, please note the 2 microphones that are on the tech booth that pick up all of the sound in this room. And so just know that you might be recorded as you're talking and things in this space. We also have the other camera, just in case there's a hang-up that goes on with the live streaming, we can make sure to capture the sermon so that you don't miss that no matter what, whether you're here or not. We really do thank each and every one of you for the ways that you have helped out around this place. I should mention a thank you to John Heisinger. The guys at AMS came out here and they disinfected the cooling coils of our compressors and installed the highest rated air filters so that we could be as ready as possible to have you enter into this place. We're excited for you to come. We've done all that we can, but we know that it's still an act of faith to walk into this place. So for wherever you worship, whether you worship at home or whether you come in this place, know that we are united through the Spirit of the living God, and we join Him as we worship Him alone. Thanks for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Bye-bye now.